Hi guys! So today I'm finally being allowed to film my March favourites video. I've just had so much noise in the house that it's been impossible to film, so hopefully we'll get through it today, and I'm going to kick off with the skincare bits. And I've really been kind of upping my skincare regime a little bit, so the bits that I want to show you are the ones that I'm kind of really carrying forward into April as well. And I'm going to start off with this cleanser, and I know we all use various different cleansers and everyone has a different one that they like, whether they like a cream based cleanser or an oil based cleanser or a balm cleanser. This one is kind of like, to me it's an amalgam of all three, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Multi Miracle Glow, and it's a cleanser, mask and balm, so it does 3 jobs, and it's a huge pot. If you can see it compared to the size of my palm, it's absolutely huge, and it smells divine. It smells like jasmine and tuberose and all those lovely white flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful light baby pink. I love this. It's got a lovely balm texture that is very, very kind of spongy and moussey and creamy all at the same time. And I love this. I just rub this over my face and just use a wet cloth, a wet muslin, or even sometimes just cotton wool wet to take it off. But I love using this also as a bit of a mask, and it is super, super hydrating and smoothing and softening. You know, you put this on for about 10-15 minutes. I put it on when I'm watching one of my favorite TV shows, and when I take it off, it is like having baby soft skin, and it smells so lovely. You don't mind sitting there for half an hour with this on your face. And for such a large pot, and for being Charlotte Tilbury, I think that at around £40, I think that is pretty good value. I've had this for a while and I've used it quite a bit as well. It's not that it's been sitting there gathering dust, and I kind of, as you can see, haven't really made much of an inroad into it. So I think that's actually a very good buy, and if you're thinking of getting something from the Charlotte Tilbury range, then this is probably a good one to start with if you're looking at kind of expanding out of her makeup and looking into the other bits that she does. So that's my first kind of skincare pick. And secondly, I want to show you this cleansing gadget. I'm a gadget freak, now completely gadget freak when it comes to anything, when it comes to cameras, when it comes to kitchen gadgets, and if you put kind of skincare, which I'm a bit geeky about, and gadgets, which I'm also very geeky about, you can imagine how many kind of beauty gadgets I've got going on in the house. This one is the Magnetone Pulsar, and it looks very similar to a Clarisonic, but it does a whole lot more. If you just have a listen, it has 4 different speeds and kind of pulses and things that it does. Listen to this. So that's 1, 2, 3, you can hear it kind of oscillating. And that doesn't sound too different from the first 3, but believe me that each different setting gives you a completely different feel on your face. One is kind of massaging and kind of almost like a kind of sucking in and out action. I'm going to do a full review of this on my blog, but I've been using this now probably about 3 times a week for the last 4 weeks, and it is really lovely. It's really, really lovely. It's kind of, well, it's not cheap, but you're getting 4 different actions for the price of 1 that you get in the Clarisonic. There are different heads that can attach as well. My hands are like slippery from using the cleanser on my hands, but the heads come on and off like they do on a Clarisonic. So anyway, look out for the full review that will be coming on the blog. I'll put a link to it below once it's up, but it's not up yet. And definitely one to look out for. Yeah, the full report will be on the blog post, so check that out soon. Next up is another skin transformer. That's all I can say really. It's the Alpha 8 Liquid Gold, and it's got glycolic acid in it, and you've probably already used this already. This is literally transformed my skin in the space of a month. I've used it every other night, and I just kind of, after finishing my skincare regime at night, last thing before I go to bed, after cleansing and toning, I swipe this over my face with a cotton wool pad, and I don't put anything on over the top because I don't really want to dilute the effect, although you can, if you feel you need to, kind of add a serum over the top or a night cream, but I haven't had to. And you wake up in the morning with kind of refreshed, revitalized, radiant skin, because the glycolic acid has slowly overnight been kind of working away at all those dead skin cells. And you wash your face in the morning in whichever way you choose to do. I've been using actually the Alpha H Balancing Cleanser in conjunction with this, and it's really, really fabulous. I can't say anything more. I don't really have too many problems on my skin, but I have found that since I've been using this, I have been going out without foundation, sometimes even without concealer, and not really felt like I'm going out looking like some awful witch-like looking creature. It's really evened out the differences in skin tone that I've got going on, and doesn't dry out my skin as I was worried that it might do. I was worried that the glycolic acid would be a little bit too harsh for me and would kind of just leave me with dry patches. On the contrary, it's given me really kind of baby skin back again. So I've loved this. It's a really fabulous overnight treatment and really worth the hype. In fact, I think I ought to be doing a video of products that I think are worth the hype, because there are some that just do kind of over and beyond the call of duty, and this is definitely one of them. Last up on my skincare favourites, and sorry if this video is slightly longer than normal, but I skipped February favourites, so this is kind of like an amalgam of February and March favourites. So this is the Vitamin E Facial Oil from The Body Shop, and I have been using this one on the nights that I have not been using my liquid gold. And this is the facial oil from the Vitamin E range from The Body Shop, which I am currently loving. This is really, really moisturizing and hydrating and plumping as well. And it's not too oily and greasy. I can go to bed with this on my skin and I don't feel that I'm going to have an oil slick on my pillowcase in the morning. And it smells gorgeous. It comes in a little pipette dispenser like that. You just need about 4 drops, I think. I put them on my fingertips and then do that with my fingertips and then put all over my face, and it just moisturizes all over. The vitamin E is so incredibly moisturizing, and this range has just got the right kind of consistency. I've heard though from the girls in The Body Shop that this facial oil is being discontinued soon, and it's being phased out and replaced by the facial oil and serum combined, which isn't as oily, and it sinks in much faster than this, so you could even wear that much easier in the day than you could this, I think. Which is a shame, because I love this as a night treatment. It's been fabulous in this kind of up and down weather that we've had, some days warm, some days cold. It's been fabulous for my skin and really balancing. So I'll be sad to see this one go, but I will give the other one a try and see how that one does for me when this is finished. I've also been trying the spritz, just got that, so I'm going, the facial mist, that is, from the Vitamin E range. So I'll report back on that probably in a couple of weeks. Let's see if it makes through to my next favourites video. Hoping that this is going to last me. I might actually stock up on this before they discontinue it, if that's the case. I'll find out and I will let you know. So I'm going to move on to the makeup favourites, and I've currently been kind of trying my hand at the whole kind of sculpting thing going on. And the one that's caught my eye recently is this fabulous little palette from the newly launched Studio 10 collection. And it's in a lovely little compact palette like this. I've written about this, so I will link that for you below. And when you open it up, it comes like this. There's your sculpting powder. There is a creamy little dollop of radiant blusher. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colour there. And then a very, very gentle golden creamy highlighter to highlight on those cheekbones. So I use this with a brush under the cheekbones. I'm not wearing it now, but if I kind of do that, you can see where I would put it there. And then that goes as a little pop of colour on the cheeks, and that goes on the cheekbones there. I've done a full review of this, actually did a giveaway as well. So I've done a full review of this on the blog, and if you want to read up on it, obviously links below. And this one is actually very well priced. So if you're kind of thinking about dipping your toe into the whole contouring thing, but you don't want to go kind of too Kim Kardashian, then try this one out, and I'd love to know what you think of it. I really love it because it's so easy, and because it's such a gentle sculpting colour, it's not too obvious. You can't kind of look like a zebra, you can't go too wrong with it really. So yeah, that's my kind of current sculpting powder, but I'm also trying out the Charlotte Tilbury one now, so report back on that one soon. Current mascara love has got to be the Volume 1 Second Mascara from Bourjois. This little beauty has not left my lashes since it came into my little palms. I love this. It's got a big, fat, clumpy brush, which you can see there, and it is absolutely just brilliant. It is what I'm wearing right now. I'll try and do a little close-up so you can see, and I've been wearing this every day. I have here the waterproof version, but there's no need to get the waterproof version, it's just the one that I managed to get hold of. So I'm going to try the other one as well, but actually I do have rather watery eyes, so it's quite good for me. It has not given me any sort of reaction. I think sometimes my mascaras are what make my eyes water. This has not made my eyes water at all, and it's Bourjois, so you know it's not expensive either. It's just amazing. I've had so many questions since I've worn this. Am I wearing falsies? Am I wearing extensions? What have I got on my lashes? Am I wearing false lashes? Am I wearing strip lashes? Am I wearing, I mean, just constantly. And I just keep telling people I'm just wearing my Bourjois mascara, and that is it. It's really, really worth trying. I can't really recommend this enough. It's super, super black, black enough for me. I don't feel that I have to go over it with any other mascara to kind of blacken up the effect. It's super lengthening, it's super curling as well, and it's volumizing. I don't really want to be using one mascara to lengthen, another mascara to volumize, curling my lashes before. So this one really has worked out for me like a 1 second wonder, and I'm betting that this will probably go on my repurchase list. Next up, there's a couple of lippies that I have to tell you about. First one, it's the one that I am wearing, and this is the old classic Revlon Fire and Ice number 720. Your mum probably wore it, my mum probably definitely wore it, and it is the perfect red with a hint of pink. I just love this one. It just lights up my face. It kind of makes me look like I'm wearing a whole other barrel load of makeup when all I've done is just put this on. It just gives me that, it's the right colour for my skin tone basically. And I'm so glad it's a classic and not one that I have to worry about that they're going to discontinue, which so often happens to favourite lip colours of mine. So, I mean, it's a Revlon lipstick. You know what you're getting with Revlon. You also know that you're not going to be shelling out a bucket load of money for this. And love this one, absolutely. It's what I'm wearing right now. It goes on super smooth, super easy. I don't even use a lip pencil with this one. It just goes on, and it's so comfortable on the lips that it's always in my handbag. A couple of other lip products that I have been loving. Recent launches, more from Bourjois. I really love Bourjois products at the moment. They're just doing it. And these are the new Rouge Edition Velvets. I've got two here. They are, what have I got? I've got Ping Pong, which is this bright pink. Love that. And I have got Nudeist. I love that name. Nudeist. What a name. And it's a gorgeous nude and a gorgeous bright kind of, not even flamingo, fuchsia pink. Bright, bright, bright fuchsia pink. And they go on like a cream, and they stay on all day. They are matte but not drying. You don't get that kind of cakey in the middle of your lips. You don't feel like you need to go over it with a lip balm. I do think always though, the night before I'm wearing this, if I've thought about it in advance, and I can't say I always do, but if I've thought about it in advance, I will make sure I really hydrate my lips the night before so that they are super moisturized and ready for these babies the next day. And I do carry them around with me if I'm wearing them, but I've really not had to reapply even after, I think one time, where did I go? I went for lunch somewhere and I had something quite well, not greasy, but I wouldn't say it was kind of fat-free. And this was still on my lips after, even after I'd had my green tea, haha, healthy, to make up for my not so healthy lunch. And this was still on my lips. So these Bourjois matte velvets, love them. They're a bit like the Hourglass ones that you've probably used or heard me rave about. But I think that these are easier to apply because the Hourglass ones, you have to kind of apply them in a certain way, otherwise you can end up with a bit of a mess on your lips. I think these are slightly easier to apply, and of course they're a whole lot cheaper, so you can invest in more than one colour for the price of maybe one of the Hourglass ones. So do check these out, worth a try. Oh, while I'm on the subject of lips, these are the two lip balms that sit on my bedside table, and this one is the Melvita 3 Honeys Nectar, and this one is the Nuxe Rêve de Miel, also a honey one. So yeah, there is definitely a theme going on here. I'm loving both of these, and I can't really decide between the two. This one, the Melvita one, is slightly more slippy, slightly more shiny, so gives you a little bit of a gloss as well. I tend to take this one out with me if I'm going out, just as in my handbag as a kind of touch-up for a lip balm. And this one is a little bit more matte and less slippy, so it's easy to put a lipstick on over the Nuxe one. You can see that there's no shine there at all. It's really quite matte, hugs the lips very, very well. While the Melvita one, I don't know if you can see, it's softer and a little bit more shine and slippage on the lips. Ooh, that doesn't sound very nice, does it? Anyway, you know what I mean. Last up on my makeup rave is this fabulous little blusher from the makeup store. This is called Sugar Pink. I was just mooching around in the makeup store and I picked some stuff up and didn't really look at them properly, but this one has turned out to be an absolute dream. It's a kind of golden peachy colour. As you can see, I've used it so much, I've already broken the lid. Not quite sure how I did that, but doesn't stop me using it. I absolutely love this. It is what I've got on my cheeks right now. It's the only colour I've got going on my cheeks, and because of the slight golden shimmer, it works as a highlighter, so it's kind of picking up the light on the cheekbones. The colour is giving me the right amount of colour for this, for a neutral kind of everyday makeup. And I've not really used much contouring when I use this. Not wearing any contouring today anyway, but this is kind of like an all-in-one blusher for me. So sometimes, you know, you can just kind of pick something up and get it right. I know it goes wrong sometimes, but today. Last up, some hair favourites. I've been loving the Leonor Grail hair oil, and yes, it is an oil, but it does go solid in normal kind of everyday room temperature conditions. So when I do that, no, there's nothing coming out, but I just dunk this into a bowl of hot water, and then it melts. I just pour a little bit out into the palm of my hand, rub my palms together, and I will just put it through my dry hair and leave it on overnight if I can, and wash it out the next day, and it just leaves the hair super, super soft and manageable and hydrated and moisturized and all the things that you expect an oil to do, but it smells gorgeous. It's exactly the kind of smell that I'm getting from my Charlotte Tilbury balm. There's all the white flowers, the jasmine and the tuberose, and you know, it's just divine. And actually, when I'm sitting there with the balm on my face and the oil in my hair, I'm just like enveloped in this aura of kind of my favourite flower smells, and it is wonderful. And it's actually used not just as a pre-wash treatment, but you can use it afterwards. I sometimes use it after I've styled my hair, tiny little bit, and just kind of to separate out the curls once I've had a go at curling my hair. You know, I'm bad at blow drying my hair, but you know, if I've managed to get a couple of curls in, then I will use it just to kind of define those and separate them out, give the hair a little bit of extra gloss at the end. And also it works as a natural sunscreen as well. So I will put it on my hair before I go out by the beach, by the pool when I'm on holiday. I've used this last year, I'm using it again this year. I'm going to take it with me on holiday again because it works both as a natural sunscreen, but while it's doing that, it's actually moisturizing my hair as well. So it's kind of a little wonder product, and it's not the easiest thing to get hold of, but you can get hold of it online, I think on Cult Beauty, so I will link it for you below. And lasts forever. forever. This is my second bottle and I have been using it for over a year now, so I thought it was high time that I tell you about it. And there are loads of other products in the range as well, and I might come back and tell you about those as well, but this for me is their kind of hero star product, and definitely one to try if your hair is a little bit dry and unmanageable. And last up is something that just zhuzhes up my hair when I need a bit of volume, and this is the Orbe Dry Texturizing Spray. This is the mini size because actually I like to carry it around with me if I am out for a whole day and I need to go out in the evening straight from wherever I've been all day. And you literally just, I'm going to do it for you now, just spray it into the roots wherever you need a bit of volume. So I'm going to lift up the hair there and I just spray it in there, and you can feel immediately there is extra volume. I'm going to do it this side as well without a mirror, but never mind. And already it's kind of given me a bit more volume. Oh my gosh, rock chick, haha. It gives you a bit of volume, maybe at the crown here. You know, it's almost like backcombing in a can. And it smells gorgeous. There's not much hold in it. It's not really a hairspray, so don't think of it as that. And it's not a dry shampoo either. Don't think of it as that. It is literally something just to kind of zhuzh up your roots at the base, like that. And yeah, I love that. It's smells quite nice, so you know, if you're going to use it in the ladies' room, in the powder room, you're not going to kind of stink out the room with some kind of nasty smelling awful spray, and you'll probably get people wanting to try it out actually. And I've been trying out a high street dupe of this as well, so I will report back on that, possibly do a blog post for you, so check back on my website later. I'll link it all for you below. This one is 18 pounds, so it's not cheap, but you don't need a lot, as you can see. I don't know if you can kind of maybe see the difference. Easy to use, you can't really go wrong, and none of those horrible white telltale marks that you get from dry shampoo. So probably worth the 18 pounds, and check back for the little dupe that I'm going to write about very soon. And last up is a bit of a non-beauty favourite. If you have seen me stomping around town recently, you will have seen this little boy coming out to play with me every time. And this is my new Celine bag. Yes, I have reinvested in another bag from Celine, and this one is called Robot Face, which I think you can kind of really tell why. So Robot Face has been coming with me everywhere I go, whether we've been going out for lunch, we've been going out for dinner, we've been going to meetings and press launches. Robot Face has been my trusty companion. So if you fancy a little what's in my handbag video, then let me know in the comments below, or tweet me at Amberina Hassan, and I'll leave you the link below. And I know that I haven't yet done my what's in my handbag for the bag that I got given for my birthday, which you can check out in my Closet Confidential video. So I'm a little bit behind, but if you fancy seeing what Robot Face is hiding inside, then let me know and Robot Face and I will get to work. So that is the end of my February/March favourites video. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe found a few bits that you would like to try. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video to keep up to date with my future videos, and do connect to me. I'll leave all my links below for Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. They'll all be below. And tweet me if you've got any questions, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!